How much time does it take for a blessing to pass?
Moments. It's like a minute or two.
And I can see the effect immediately.
So the effect takes time, right? Now, what a lot of people report immediately, and this matches with like what your physiology and everything does, we like to say, you know, most people will experience good quality sleep on that night, that very same night, right? People who have issues with insomnia, poor quality sleep issues, they're unable to have a proper night's sleep in years, right? The people, one person, a very high profile client came to us for that exact reason. They were suffering from huge anxiety disorder, unable to sleep properly at night. Just one blessing in that night, he said the anxiety vanished and he slept like a baby, woke up more refreshed than he ever had in his entire life. Right? That can happen with one blessing. Everybody's different. I like to remind everybody, you're all different. Everybody comes from different paths in life, different levels of deterioration, different problems. But there's one solution for all those problems, and I like to say it's evolving your consciousness. So depending upon your current level of consciousness and where you need to go to resolve those problems, it's a longer journey or a shorter journey. But some of these effects are reflected more faster, more immediately than others. Those being like your quality of sleep within a couple weeks at most is reflected usually almost immediately, right? Your quality of your skin, most people find after 2 weeks of time, because it takes 2 weeks for your cells to turn over completely in your skin, you see that you have a healthy glow on complexion, a more even skin tone, healthy glow about you. You start to observe that
medication, nothing, just a blessing, right?
These people in the clinical trial, they never changed their lifestyle. They did nothing different. They just got the blessing. Right? And so we're saying, observing people, one of the biggest things that people experience is mental calmness and peace almost immediately, right? Within a few days, even from the blessing. Happiness, they feel content, satisfied, right? These things manifest a lot quicker, a lot faster. And then the other things, if there's severe degeneration, I like to say everybody runs on a spectrum, like -100, 0, and +100. If you're at -5, you'll probably see +5 sooner than somebody on -100, right? And so part of the process is reversing the deterioration, which, by the way, there's not a lot of drugs or therapies out there that can reverse deterioration once it's happened. They can manage and maintain, prevent maybe some things from getting worse, but a lot of it is management. A lot of things don't reverse. We've seen reversal where people actually experience like anti-aging, right? And more bioavailability. In our clinical trial, we've seen that people absorb nutrition better. They absorb more nutrition from their food. They detoxify. They have better insulin sensitivity, right? They have better cholesterol levels. They have better biomarkers. Inflammation, you said 95%, right? You don't see that result.
But don't you think somewhere it's psychology also? Like if I know I want to get better and if I'm going to you to, seek these blessings and you're giving me blessings. So already it's in my mind, it's in my psychology, okay, something good is going to happen, something,
That's why we have the placebo group, the psychological group. In every clinical trial, we have a placebo psychological group for people who think they're getting a blessing, who people think something's good going to happen to them. These results, this 685% improvement in Clotho, this improvement in oxytocin and dopamine and vitamin nutrient absorption, like 50% improvement, 30%, 90%, 95% reduced inflammation, right? All of these things are in comparison to the placebo and the control. That's not like the placebo group I'm talking about. Those results, I agree, they'll have some kind of influence and some minimal impact you will see reflected, which is why we have that as a protocol in order to eliminate subjective placebo data. So the results we're getting is what's happened when you compare it even to a psychological group. You get that much more efficacy from the treatment.